Welcome to the Kurt Dylan Music Show. Unscripted. Welcome to the Kurt Dylan Music Show Unscripted. As the name suggests, this segment is totally unscripted, thus there is no chance of anything brilliant coming out of my mouth. Not that it usually does. Anyhow, I decided to come up with a certain theme for today's segment. Even though I usually do not do that, I just kind of ramble on about different items in my CD collection. But today I thought I'd do something a bit different. So, here's a story to back up what today's unscripted is about. So basically, I was at Walmart. A lot of people don't like Walmart. I mean, they do have some good prices, but I just, it's not kind of my thing. A lot of people have these stereotypes about Walmart. I don't understand them. I mean, Walmart is a pretty good establishment that you can find almost anything you want for somewhat cheap prices. Anyhow, so the thing about Walmart is that there's this bin, which is a bunch of CDs for $5, which even for me is a bit too expensive, but, you know. Anyhow, so I was looking through it, maybe I was being a bit masochistic, but I just wanted to see what there was there, if it was really worth it. And I noticed that they didn't really have a lot of albums, except for Michael Jackson. They had a lot of Michael Jackson stuff that was really nice, but, nothing to write home about. Anyhow, so yeah, they had a lot of things, but they basically just had collections, Bob Dylan's greatest hits, the Bee Gees' greatest hits, and they all came from a certain brand, which I noticed, which is the Icon collection. Now, Icon, I do own a few Icons, but not because I bought them, but because other people bought them for me. So basically, Icon, what they do is it's basically the best of, So right here I have let me just grab it. I have a Nirvana Icon. So it just has their most popular songs. It has, you're right, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Come As You Are, Live, they have all their popular songs, and it was made in 2010. Oh, that's when they got it. Anyhow, so yeah, they're just kind of collections of most popular things which they have, and I have nothing against that, but I just kind of prefer buying albums, the kind of thing where you wouldn't buy the Beatles' best. You would simply buy Abbey Road or Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band or Revolver or Please Please Me or whatever you think is the Beatles' best album. But this just gives the consumer an easy, digestible way to get everything they want without having to go through all those filler songs which you would likely find in an album. And yeah, that's good and gives people who don't really have the time to, be listening to a bunch of random songs the ability to, listen to the best songs. And the people who simply want a physical version of their favorite bands to put on their shelf. Because with the advent of, now that everybody has smartphones and they're probably all connected to the internet, there's really no point for collecting albums anymore when you can have them digital and, listen to them whenever you want. Thus, these collection albums are really just for a certain kind of person who doesn't really want to buy a filler album, but at the same time just wants it. They just want to have it. They just want the ability to go and buy it. And for people which you're giving a gift to, because I got this as a gift, I may have said that before, but let me just reiterate it. So I got this as a gift. So obviously it was the kind of thing where, oh, he likes Nirvana, thus it would be a great idea to buy them this album because I do not know what other things he has. So if I simply purchase him the best of, then there's really no chance that he can be dissatisfied because maybe he doesn't have an album containing one of the songs here. Thus, it is a great idea. And from that standpoint, it's great for people who simply want to purchase something as a gift or don't have any idea what to give or don't have any idea what to get. It's a gateway for fans or people who just want to get into it so that they can just go to the store and say, well, I don't know a lot about Nirvana, but I'll learn about them, and I don't know what specific album to buy. So I'll simply purchase this, see if I like the songs, and potentially I could buy something a bit better. And yeah, these are good albums to get people into things, but for me, I don't really like them. And the funny thing, too, is that they're usually a lot more expensive than other albums. I mean, okay, maybe that may not be true. Okay, so here's the thing. They're either way too expensive or way too cheap. The reason that they're way too cheap is because people who are really into it wouldn't really waste their time on something like a best of. So, yeah. But the thing about this icon thing is that I've gotten quite a few of them from people who really don't know what to give me for birthdays and holidays and such. Thus, they simply give me this. So, what I've been noticing is that I've just started to put all of them together instead of putting them with the bands themselves because I don't really feel like they count. You know, they're simply a best of collection. Anyhow, I think that was enough for my rant and that I should be getting to doing something a bit more interesting or productive for tomorrow. Thus, I think that you should have a good night and rock on.
Rock on.